Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud. We learn to lead. My name is Vikas. So friends, in today's video we'll be discussing some of the most important current affairs of the topic appointments and resignations of the March month. The video will be very important, so do watch the video till the end. Hit the like button, share the link of this video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe. So friends, we'll start with our video, but before that we have something important to tell you about. We have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded the app, you will open the app and you will see this type of screen. In this, you can go and log in with your Google account, that is your Gmail ID. Then once you have logged in, then you will be moved to this page where you can see a window. If you click on the current affairs section here, then you will be moved to this page. Now this is where magic happens. This is the course where there are two courses provided by us. First, you should know it is of 1 year and 2 years, so choose your course accordingly. What we are providing and what is the reason behind that you should purchase course of current affairs from us, and what are the important details about it. First thing, you should know that we provide you current affairs in both English and Hindi. Okay, also we provide you here current affairs daily. PDFs are provided daily. The important factor here to remember is we are providing PDF to you daily. Okay, that contains question answers of the daily current affairs. They are explained in a much easy way where you can grasp the knowledge and do your revision. Okay, apart from that, we provide you with question answers. Then on every day we provide you 20 question answers quiz, daily 20 questions quiz. So imagine how much it will benefit you in your preparation. Then we provide you same thing for weekly. In weekly we take a quiz of 50 questions. Then question answers of week, we provide you a book, a PDF is provided you weekly of the compiled questions of the whole week. Similarly for monthly also, ebook is given, your quizzes are taken, question answers PDF. Then apart from it, we also help you to prepare for banking papers. All the banking exams you can go refer to our videos and our courses here. You can see here we provide you banking and economic quiz of 157 questions. Okay, then topic wise PDFs are covered. As you can see, we are making videos on indexes and reports, important days, the books and authors, all the events that are taking place in individual months. So these PDFs are provided to you and they will help you a lot in your preparation for journal awareness, your journal studies, as well as for current affairs. Then you can see we also provide you current affairs for state-wise current affairs are provided to you. Apart from this, I have a gift for all of my friends here. If you use my code Vikas10, you will be getting a straight 10% discount on the purchase you make. So when you are about to check out and do the payment, just before the payment, you will be getting an option to use the promo code. There you can put the Vikas10, the code, and you will be getting an extra 10% discount on the total purchase you make there. So let's start with our video. So the first is Tirath Singh Rawat has sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. Question will be direct. Who has become the new Chief Minister of Uttarakhand? And he is who? Tirath Singh Rawat. Alright. And Trivendra Singh Rawat resigns. Do remember these two information. One is Tirath Singh Rawat has sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Uttarakhand and Trivendra Singh Rawat has resigned. If we look at the data, Tirath Singh Rawat, the MP of Lok Sabha, was sworn in as the 9th Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. This 9th Chief Minister question can be formed like Tirath Singh Rawat has sworn in as the CM of Uttarakhand, or which CM? So he is the number can be asked. The number is 9th CM of Uttarakhand. Alright. Following the resignation of Trivendra Singh Rawat on 9th March 2021, following the unease over his governance, the oath-taking ceremony is administered by Governor Baby Rani Maurya. Tirath Singh Rawat was a former pracharak of Rashtriya Swayam Seva Sangh, that is RSS. All right, he was the first education minister of Uttarakhand when the state was formed in 2000. He was elected as the Secretary General of Bharatiya Janata Party's Uttarakhand unit in 2007. So who has become the new CM of Uttarakhand? He is Tirath Singh Rawat, and he has succeeded Trivendra Singh Rawat. Next news is Jaideep Bhatnagar takes over as Principal DG of PIB. I repeat, what is DG? Director General. Alright, so who has taken over as the post of Principal DG of PIB? He is Jaideep Bhatnagar. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting appointed Jaideep Bhatnagar, 1986 batch Indian Information Services, that is IIS officer, as the Principal Director General of Press Information Bureau. What is the full form of PIB? Press Information Bureau. What is DG? Director General. Alright, on 1st of March 2021, he took over as the Principal DG from the incumbent Kuldeep Singh Dhatwalia, who superintended on 28th February 2021. Alright, he has been serving as the DG of News Service Division of All India Radio since August 2020. He is Jaideep Bhatnagar, and he has taken over the post of Principal DG of PIB, that is your Press Information Bureau. So next is Ajay Malhotra. He has become the first Indian chairperson of the advisory committee of UNHRC. What does UNHRC stands for? It stands for United Nations Human Rights Council. So Ajay Malhotra became the first Indian to be elected as the chairperson of the advisory committee of the UNHRC, that is United Nations Human Rights Council. His 3-year term on the committee will expire on 30th September 2023. The advisory committee is a body of 18 independent experts serving as the think tank to the United Nations Human Rights Council. Alright, so he is Ajay Malhotra. Next is your former Central Bank of India chief Pallav Mohapatra has been appointed as the MD and CEO of ARCIL, that is ARCIL. Alright, as you can see him in the picture, he is Pallav Mohapatra. Pallav Mohapatra has been appointed as MD and CEO by Assets Reconstruction Company Limited, that is ARCIL. ARCIL's former MD and CEO Vinayak Bahuguna was resigned once his 5-year term has finished in June 2020. Next, CAG, Comptroller Auditor General of India Girish Murmur, appointed as chairman of UN panel of external auditors. Alright, as you can see in the picture, he is Girish Murmur. The 14th Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Shri Girish Chandra Murmur, was reappointed as the chairman of the panel of external auditors of the United Nations for the year 2021. He was initially elected as chairman of the panel for 2020. He was born in the Mayurbhanj district of Odisha. Roles and responsibilities are to lead the panel to report and audit the accounts and management operations of the UN and its specialized agencies. If we talk about the GC Murmur, he was the first Lieutenant Governor of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in October 2019, and after its formation under the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act of 2019. He is the external auditor of the UN specialized agencies like WHO, that is World Health Organization, Food and Agriculture Organization, Inter-Parliamentary Union. Alright, then if we talk about CAG, that is your Comptroller and Auditor General of India, it was established under Article 148 of the Constitution. This was established in the year 1858. Headquarters are in New Delhi. The current, that is the 14th CAG, is Girish Chandra Murmur, who assumed the office on 8th of August 2020. If we talk about the UN Panel of External Auditors, establishment 1959 by the UN General Assembly, external auditors are panel has auditors from 13 countries. Alright, so who has been appointed as the chairman of UN Panel of External Auditors from India? He is CAG, that is Comptroller and Auditor General Girish Murmurji, as you can see him in the picture, and he is the 14th CAG of India. The question can also be asked like this: what is the number of the CAG of current India? He is 14th CAG of India. Moving on, Thomas Bach re-elected as the International Olympic Committee president until 2025. Question will be direct. Who has been re-elected as the International Olympic Committee president or the president of the IOC, that is your International Olympic Committee? He is Thomas Bach. Question will be direct. That's it. All right. If we look at some of the additional data, the executive board of the International Olympic Committee re-elected Thomas Bach for an additional term of 4 years as the president of ICO until 2025. His current term as the president of IOC, a correction here, this is not ICO, this is IOC, International Olympic Committee. Alright, his current term as the president of IOC will finish on the closing day of the Tokyo Olympic Games on 8th of August 2021, and his second term as the president will start on 9th of August 2021 and will continue till to year 2025. He was the only candidate of the IOC presidential election which was held during the 137th IOC session that was held in Athens. At the 2013 IOC session held in Buenos Aires, Thomas Bach, former Olympian and a fencing champion, was the first elected as the president of IOC for a term of 8 years. Then if we'll talk about Tokyo Olympic Games that were supposed to be held in 2020, but now they will be taking place in year 2021, Tokyo, Japan. 2020 Summer Olympics, also known as Tokyo 2020, are set to take place from July 23rd of August for July 23rd to 8th of August in 2021 in Tokyo, Japan. Location is important and you should know that it was supposed to be held in 2020, but now due to pandemic it has been shifted and will be taking place from July 23rd to 8th of August in 2021. Originally, it was scheduled to take place from 24th of July to 9th of August in 2020, and it had been shifted totally 1 year later. The IOC is not for-profit independent international organization that is committed to building a better world through sport. The president of the IOC, that is International Olympic Committee, is President Thomas Bach. Headquarters is Lausanne, Switzerland. It is created on 23rd of June 1984. Alright, so this is your Thomas Bach, who has been re-elected as the president of IOC, that is your International Olympic Committee, and it can be asked that his term is till which year he will be serving as the president of IOC, till year 2025. Alright, moving on. Then next thing is Ivory Coast president appointed Patrick Achi as interim prime minister. On 8th of March 2021, Ivory Coast president Alassane Ouattara appointed Patrick Achi as the interim prime minister of the Ivory Coast due to the poor health conditions of the incumbent Hamid. Patrick Achi, a member of the Democratic Party of Ivory Coast African Democratic Rally, served the government spokesperson for President Alassane Ouattara. Alright, so this is your, once again I'm telling you this is important, so do take a note of this particular news. Thomas Bach re-elected as the president of IOC, that is your International Olympic Committee, till 2025, and Tokyo Games will be held, the Tokyo Olympic Games will be held in the year 2021 now. Moving on. This has been covered. Next we'll be talking about World Economic Forum announced 2021 class of young global leaders. On March 10th, the World Economic Forum released the list of 112 young global leaders. 7 Indians, Shrivar Khirka, Aditi Avasthi, Shrikant Bola, Ghazal Kalra, Amya Prabhu, Hriday Ravindranath and Hitesh Wadhwa joined the class of 2021 of World Economic Forum's Young Global Leaders. The Forum of Young Global Leaders is a group of remarkable people under the age of 40 from diverse communities and industries across the globe. The Forum of YGL, that is Young Global Leaders, was created in 2004 by Klaus Schwab, the founder and the executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. If we talk about the World Economic Forum, the founder and chairman are Klaus Schwab. Headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland, and it was founded in January 1971. Alright, so now moving on. Next, Next we'll be talking about, and this is mark this important, Deepak Mishra has been appointed as the Director and Chief Executive of ICRIER. Alright, first of all, remember the name Deepak Mishra. As you can see him in the picture, he is Deepak Mishra, and he has been appointed as the Director and the Chief Executive Officer of, the Director and the Chief Executive of ICRIER. Deepak Mishra, who is the lead economist and practiced manager at the World Bank, was appointed as the new director and chief executive of the Indian Council for Research on International Economic Relations, that is ICRIER, the economic think tank of India. Deepak Mishra will take over as the director and the chief executive from Rajat Kathuria, who has been serving as the director and the chief executive of ICER since 1st of September 2012. So who has been appointed as the new director and the chief executive of ICRIER? He is Deepak Mishra, as you can see him in the picture. Next is government reconstitutes panel for studying Saraswati River. Alright. The Archaeological Survey of India released a notification stating that it has reconstituted an advisory committee for multidisciplinary study of the river Saraswati, also known as Ghaggar Khakra River. It will be headed by Union Minister for Culture, currently Prahlad Singh Patel. It has been reconstituted for the next 2 years after the earlier term panel ended in 2019, and it was constituted in 2017. The committee will review the work done by the previous panel and then formulate a plan. If we talk about River Saraswati, considered a mythical river, it is among the trio of Indians' holy rivers along with Ganga and Yamuna. It is believed to have run through the states of Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. It is said to have disappeared due to tectonic disturbances impacting its tributaries. If we talk about Archaeological Survey of India, it functions under the Ministry of Culture, and the Director General is V. Vidyarthi, and the head office is in New Delhi. Alright, so who is reconstructing a panel for studying Saraswati River? It is the government. It can be asked like, government has reconstituted a panel for studying a particular river. What is the name of the river? It is Saraswati River. Your homework is to tell me from where did Saraswati originates. Alright, you have to answer below. I'll be checking your answers. Then moving on. Next is Center appoints high-level team to review medical care and public health arrangements of Kumbh Mela at Haridwar. I repeat, Center appoints high-level team to review the medical care and public health arrangements that was held at Kumbh Mela at Haridwar. A 3-member high-level team led by Dr. S.K. Singh, who is the Director of National Center for Disease Control (NCDC), has been appointed by the Government of India to review the medical care and public health arrangements for the Kumbh Mela at Haridwar, Uttarakhand, which will start on 1st of April 2021. Members of high-level team are Dr. S.K. Jain, who is the Additional Director of NCDC, and Dr. Meera Dhuria, who is the Deputy Director of NCDC. Next we'll be talking about Kapil Dev, and mark this important. Kapil Dev has been inducted as the Professional Golf Tour of India board member. I repeat, Kapil Dev has been inducted as the Professional Golf Tour of India board member. Alright, if we look at the data, former Indian cricketer Kapil Dev was inducted into the Professional Golf Tour of India, that is PGTI, as a board member. Kapil Dev, the captain of Indian cricket team that won the 1983 World Cup, will be working towards the development of golf in the country. The official inclusion of Kapil Dev into the board was made while announcing the Prometheus School, that is in New Delhi NCR, Open Golf Championship 2021. I repeat, the official inclusion of Kapil Dev into the board was made while announcing the Prometheus School Delhi NCR Open Golf Championship of 2021, which will be held from 16th to 19th of March in Gurgaon, Haryana. Roles of Kapil Dev as a PGTI board member will be: he, as a member of the PGTI board, he will be convincing the corporates to associate and invest in Indian golf. He will work towards getting more attention from sponsors and investors and making golf more popular in India. Alright, so who became the board member of Golf Tour of India? He is Kapil Dev. Next, Next, we'll be talking about Dr. Harsh Vardhan, who is the Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare. He has been appointed as the chairman of Stop TB Partnership Board. All right. What is the designed year to which India has taken oath or taken a goal to eradicate TB from India? What is the desired year? You have to comment below. That's your homework. Come on, comment below fast. It is aim to India has aimed or set a goal to eradicate TB or tuberculosis from India by which year? We have discussed this many times. You should know this. All right, comment below. Dr. Harsh Vardhan, who is the Union Minister of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, was appointed as the chairman of Stop TB Partnership Board for a term of 3 years starting from July 2021. The appointment is in recognition of his contribution to the movement to eradicate tuberculosis from India by 2025. He will succeed Dr. Luis Henrique Mandetta, who is the Minister of Health of Brazil. On 25th of September 2019, Union Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan launched the TB Harega Desh Jitega campaign. Mark this. TB Harega Desh Jitega campaign was launched by Dr. Harsh Vardhan. Alright. Along with the National TB Prevalence Survey. The Stop TB initiative was established following the first session of the Ad hoc Committee on Tuberculosis Epidemic held in March 1988 in London. If we talk about Stop TB Partnership, the executive director is Dr. Luciac Ditui and the headquarter is in Geneva, Switzerland. Alright, so who has been appointed as the chairman of Stop TB Partnership Board? He is Dr. Harsh Vardhan. TB Harega Desh Jitega was a campaign launched by whom? It was launched by Dr. Harsh Vardhan. And he has been appointed as the chairman of this Stop TB Partnership Board for a term of 3 years. Alright. Next is M.A. Ganpati appointed as the NSG chief. See, here are two information and both are equally important. One is for National Security Guard and one is for Central Reserve Police Force. M.A. Ganpati has been appointed as the NSG chief, that is your National Security Guard chief, as you can see him in the picture, and Kuldeep Singh to head the CRPF. Alright, who will be heading CRPF? Kuldeep Singh. And who has been appointed as the chief of NSG, that is your National Security Guard? He is M.A. Ganpati. Alright. Next, Soumya Suluhu Hassan. I repeat, Soumya Suluhu Hassan became Tanzania's first women president. So this question automatically becomes important. Who became the first female women president of Tanzania? She is Samia Suluhu Hassan. Alright. Then next is Samia Suluhu Hassan 61 sworn in as the Tanzania's first women president by succeeding John Magufuli as the state house in the Dar es Salaam, which is the country's largest city. She is the 6th president of Tanzania and the 2nd female president within the East African Community. Remember this line, that is more important. Samia Suluhu Hassan, she became the Tanzania's first women president, and second thing you need to remember, she succeeded John Magufuli and she is the 6th president of Tanzania. This much information is more than enough for you. Alright. Now, moving on. Next is, we'll be talking about CEO of Niti Aayog. He is Amitabh Kant. Niti Aayog set up a task force to achieving policy. I repeat, Niti Aayog sets up a task force for achieving policy contract enforcement. Alright, so if we look at, there were two task force and we'll be discussing about the chairman of this task force, who is heading the task force and what are the various purposes of the particular task force. Alright, so first is your enforcement of contracts. This will be headed by Rajiv Kumar, who is the vice chairman of Niti Aayog. I repeat, two task force. One is enforcement of contracts. This will be headed by Rajiv Kumar, who is the vice chairman of Niti Aayog. The purpose is to address risk prediction in investment and achieve policy certainty. Examination of relevant provisions of the Commercial Court Act 2015 on its jurisdiction over different categories of cases. Next is your effective conciliation mechanism. This will be headed by Amitabh Kant, who is the CEO of Niti Aayog. The purpose of this effective conciliation mechanism is to suggest facilitation of speedy resolution of contractual disputes between private entities and the government, and it will also examine the relevant provisions of Arbitration and Conciliation Act of 1996. All right. So, and these both were started by whom? Niti Aayog. Moving on. Next is your Republic of Congo's president Sasuo re-elected with 88% of the vote. Question will be not asking you what were the percentage of vote, but will be who became the president or who has been re-elected as the president of Congo. He is Sasuo, as you can see him in the picture. All right. Denis Sasuo, who is 77-year-old, became the president of Republic of Congo. He was re-elected as the president with more than 88.57% of the vote. He has been the president of Congo for the accumulated 36 years. All right, this is the various information about him. This is not that important. Then you should know about Republic of Congo. Capital is Brazzaville and the currency is Central African CFA francs. All right. So direct thing, who became the president or who has been re-elected as the president of Republic of Congo? He is Sasuo. Next, another two things now, two news that you need to remember. One is regarding the UIDAI CEO and second is about AAI chief. Saurabh Garg has been appointed as the CEO of UIDAI. All right, and Sanjeev Kumar has been appointed as the chief of AAI. Alright, I repeat, Saurabh Garg has been appointed as the CEO of UIDAI. What does UIDAI stands for? What is the full form of UIDAI? It stands for Unique Identification Authority of India. Alright, and what does AAI stands for? AAI stands for Airport Authority of India. Alright, so Saurabh Garg appointed as the CEO of UIDAI and Sanjeev Kumar appointed as the chief of AAI, that is your Airport Authority of India. Next is your SAIL chairman. Who has been appointed as the chairman of SAIL? She is Soma Mandal. Alright, she was the first female to be appointed as the chairman of SAIL. And now she has been elected as the chairman of SCOPE. Alright, as you can see, question will be direct. Who has been appointed as the chairman of SCOPE? She is Soma Mandal. We'll look at the data. Soma Mandal, the chairman of Steel Authority of India or SAIL, was elected as the new chairman of Standing Conference of Public Enterprise, that is SCOPE. She has been elected for a 2-year term with effect from 1st of April 2021. Pradeep Kumar Das, the chairman and managing director of Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency IREDA, has been elected as the vice chairman of SCOPE. Alright, so question can be asked like, SAIL chairman has been elected as the chairman of a new company and that's the name of that organization is SCOPE. What is the full form of SCOPE? It is Standing Conference of Public Enterprise. Alright, that is SCOPE. And the last news for the day is Mahindra appoints Anish Shah as MD and CEO. As you can see him in the picture, he is Anish Shah and he has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Mahindra. Anish Shah was appointed as the MD and Chief Executive Officer of Mahindra and Mahindra Limited with effect from 2nd April 2021. He takes over from Pawan Goenka, who will retire as the MD and CEO and member of Board of Directors of M&M. Anish Shah is currently serving as the Deputy Managing Director and Chief Financial Officer of the company. He will oversee the operations of all the companies under the Mahindra Group along with automobile and tractor manufacturing businesses. So who has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Mahindra? He is Anish Shah. So friends, this was our video. I hope you enjoyed our video. If you liked our video, do hit the like button, share the link with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel or if you are new to our channel, then do subscribe because it motivates us to bring a better content for you guys. Also, if you have any trouble regarding login or payment or any other issues, then you can reach to us on our mail, that is support@affairscloud.com, or you can call us on the number 9677333862 and we'll resolve your issue as soon as possible. Also, you should go and check our courses that are available at a very reasonable price, and that will help you to boost your preparations for upcoming government exams. You can use the code Vikas10 to get a straight 10% discount on any purchase you make. All right, so that's all for the day. Take care.